Sunday morning YouTube. So that right there. Sorry, I don't like my hair when I'm making this appearance. Anyway, that right there is what's going on with my APU. This glare is ridiculous. Anyway, this is week 40. Well, starting today or tomorrow, depending on when your week starts, begins week 41. Now, Monday morning through Sunday, Monday, about pickup time. I closed it out. Oh no. I went from Savannah to Alabama multi-stop load, about 1,100 a day. It took 2 days. Tuesday went from Hamilton, Mississippi to Columbus, Ohio. It was gonna be a 2-day run. It turned into a 1-day run, basically, for 2,300 in 1 day, which turned out to be what, 23, 22, 45, which is 11, whatever, whatever. I had a good week. So the gross at the end of delivery tomorrow morning will be 87.75. If I take it off because, well, it starts a new week, then it will be 72.25. Either way, 2,106 trip miles, 371 deadhead miles, 2,477 on the total miles for 17.62% of deadhead. I like to keep it 20% lower. Some weeks it's more. It doesn't include the deadhead I took to get from Albany back to the house before I started my last week because it was the start of a new week, and the deadhead to get home was on the prior week. Anyway, so trip miles 417, total rate per mile 354. If you take 20% off of that, it's still over $3 a mile. And if you take 20% off the total rate per mile, that's what, 280 something a mile. So yeah, not a bad week at all. Now, Savannah to Alabama, Hamilton, Mississippi to Columbus, Ohio, Westchester to Findlay, Maumee to Evansville, Hopkinsville to back to Columbus, Ohio. I'm going to be making some circles around here in the Midwest. I tried to make a run. I was going to try and do a weekend of at least 25. That ended up being what, with the last 2 loads. One picked up Friday, and between that one and this one delivering Monday was 3,350. So I got more than what I was after, and because this is supposed to be a late delivery tomorrow, I might be only 750 into next week, which isn't where I want to be, but it'll be on 30 miles maybe. So if you want to look at it that way, which I don't, because I plan on getting a load tomorrow. I plan on taking this in super early, and I'll just sit there and wait if I have to. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It does, because I'm like, come on man, hurry up, but it doesn't. So anyway, things to note. Fuel has gone up from, it's about a 40% increase for me since last year when I was starting in this truck. I was getting about spending about 28 cents a mile in fuel. It has gone up to almost 40 cents a mile, which is right about a 40% increase. 12 cents, 11 to 12 cents is 40%. My Michelin X-Line D tires, or whatever they are, the drives that I got, the super singles, still haven't been broken in, or I don't know. They're ridiculously heavy tires. They said they were supposed to be have some good rolling resistance. They did have 3/32 more tread than the original design of the tire when this truck was purchased new. So, I don't know. I'm assuming I'm still wearing out that 3/32. I went down to like 7.5 to 7.8. It varies depending on the load weight and where I'm at, as usual, and the wind and all that other good stuff. But I'm not happy with that. I did order some diesel catalyst from the Max Power stuff because I've heard good things about it. I finally decided to break down and buy a gallon for $220 from the manufacturer. Not paying $250, $260 plus tax to Iowa 80. I thought I could go over there, and I'm like, nah. I said I bought. So for $240 for the business, I purchased that and a little measuring thing, which was $5. It looks kind of like the ones you get for your lawnmower. Like it has the oil in it, and it has you put the liquid in it and you squeeze it, and it'll spit some up into this location, and then you open this piece up. I'll show it to you when I get it, and then you dump it in the tank. 1 ounce per 100 gallons or whatever it is. I don't know. So they say it'll make your truck run like crap for a week or 2 or 3, and then it'll clean itself out and it'll be running excellent. Needless to say, I've never had a parked regen. My APU, well, has kept me from doing that. Who knows how much longer it's going to last. The APU story, I have a friend that lives in Michigan that said he had the same issue with his, and it was a fuel pump. He replaced the fuel pump and it fixed the problem. Now, fuel pump internals on the APUs is all plastic, and that's the other issue. So I bought 2 of them. It was only $75, $77. So between that and the catalyst, gonna be in another $320 total for maintenance this month, preventive maintenance, hopefully. And then I got to get an APU. Okay, so $370. I got to get a PM kit because I'm going to do a PM when I do that fuel pump, and hopefully that'll fix my problems with my APU. But it's been sputtering like that for a while. It wasn't that bad. I noticed the other day it was smoking really bad, sputtering tremendously, and killer dogs outside. And even when it's idling now, when it's just running, when it was originally just on startup, and now it is every time it starts up and continuously runs. So yeah, no, I'm not taking it to a Thermo King person. I will do it myself. It is a small motor. It is really simple to fix. Some of you guys have fairings in the way. I do not. I have half a fairing in the way, and I mean, you get the right tools, and it's really not that complicated. It's not. Quit making stuff complicated, because I don't know. I guess some of us have an aptitude for stuff like that, and some don't. I've increased my revenue expectations. I was running really low because, you know, I can. Because I don't need a lot of moolah because my costs are really low. But I'm trying to get a house because of me doing this. So if you want to get a house and you know you can make more revenue as much as you can. That's a little friendly tip. Or, you know, it's going to keep showing you making a little bit. I mean, once you get to the point where you have the house, then you can ease up. But while you're working towards your goal, bust your butt. That's what I'm going to be doing, at least until this market crashes permanently. Well, not permanently, but you know, it's coming, people. You know it's coming. At least those of you that have been in the business know it's coming. I haven't been in the business long enough to see a crash, but I know it's coming because I've done enough research. So those of you that are buying trucks, get prepared. You will feel a hurt when it does happen. But that'll eliminate some of the riffraff. Who knows how long it's going to take, though, because so many people are having truck repairs and not being able to drive because it takes forever to get parts now. I'm just praying nothing goes wrong with my truck. I'm glad I got tires when I did, now that they're scarce, because I was near the point where I needed tires anyway. Yeah. And what about these? Oh, I know there's a lot of debate, and some of y'all don't care whether or not 18-year-olds are driving semis, but I do. I don't think it's a wise idea. I understand that there's some farm folk that allow their children to drive the minute their feet can touch the pedal, or the minute they can sit in the lap and turn the steering wheel. Now, I don't have a problem with those children driving. I do have a problem with the irresponsible, idiotic, moronic 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and 16-year-olds that parents think they can just give a car to nowadays. You don't even have to do anything to pass a driving test anymore. I mean, the last one that I saw get a driving test was you get the learner's permit, and then after 40 hours or whatever of riding with your parent, the parent signs a piece of paper or whatever it was. And I don't know, that was just Georgia, or at least the area I was in. So you don't need much to get a license, especially when, okay, later on down the line, you haven't even been riding with a child and you sign the sheet of paper. Everyone should go through a driving course before they get their license, and I'm not talking about in the backyard of a DMV. And as irresponsible as these children are, they don't need to be driving a truck. They can't even drive a car. They can barely wipe their own butt. If it doesn't have a screen attached to it, they can't do it. That's just my opinion. So, I mean, you can sit here and say, oh no, it's okay, it'll be alright. But, you know, hey, I might be wrong. You never know. I'm sure that there'll be quite a few out there that know what they're doing and have the intelligence to do it. But in our society, when the government only teaches you how to pass a test instead of actually do work nowadays, then there's an issue there. There needs to be a revamp of our whole education system. Back in the day, I mean, you know. Anyway, I'm not getting up on a soapbox on this. Why did I start, right? So the other thing I'm going to do is pipe cleaners. Do y'all know what pipe cleaners are? These things? What's that? It's like a stick with a brush thingy. A brush thingy on it. But they're called fuzzy sticks now. Fuzzy sticks, really? I mean, I assume you can take like popsicle sticks and make stick figures out of stick figure people, with these being the arms and the legs, and then put some googly eyes on them. Yeah. Anyway, my EGR ports, I'm going to clean them out with these fuzzy sticks. They're pipe cleaners, for goodness sake. But, you know, nobody smokes one of these pipes no more. Say, Sonny. Now it's all, the only pipes that you know about are the ones that get you high. Yay. So, yeah. That's what's in the works for old Thunder here. Get her ports cleaned out, get the APU fixed, and get fuel pump thrown on my APU and cabinetry. I got to go buy a 4x8 sheet. I bought one the other day, and it's way too, 1/4 inches too thin, I think, so I'm going to go with 1/2 inch. and give my wife that other piece of wood, because I'm not going to use that unless I use it for the front doors of the cabinets. I got my plans all drawn out, so I'm going to cut the wood and bring it with me and throw some brackets in this truck, and probably do that on the road one day when I'm taking a 34, since I plan on spending more time out and making more money, because I plan on doing that and doing 34s on the road since I live so far away, because getting back up here usually isn't the best idea all the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The only problem with going down is when I go down there, I go home because I'm close to home, and then I stay for more than what I'm supposed to be staying as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I'm rambling, and I just figured I'd let y'all know how week 40 went. The spot market is still smoking hot, and will be for quite a while. Oh, the other thing, I got one more thing. So I have a right way scale on my drives, and I'm working on making my own scale. That's going to cost me anywhere from $20 to $30. Between the airlines, the 3 couplings, and the gauge, which I'm going to attach to the trailer. The only thing might have an issue with is building a box for it to mount to the trailer. Right Way does have all that. For the trailer, it's $220. For the cab power unit, it's $120 to $100 depending on where you shop at. The one I have in the semi is excellent. Since I put my new airbags on there, I've recalibrated it, and it works pretty much to a T, exactly. So I just have to figure out what kind of gauge I'm going to use, because some of them will only hold a certain amount of pressure, and if I put a 40 psi gauge on a 120 psi airline, the gauge might just blow up, right? So I found a place that has the couplings and some line for like $12, and I found a possible gauge candidate for $15 to $20. I did see one on eBay for like $11, but I don't know if that's what I need. I got to find out whether or not the actual pressure that can go through that gauge is compatible with the pressure going through the line. The only difference between making your own and the Right Way is the brake release button or the air release button, because the Right Way comes with a box, and there's a button underneath the gauge that you push and pull, and it releases the air. Now I'm gonna try it and see how it works and make my own. And if I can't make my own, then I will buy the inside one and build my own box, because I'm not spending $100 for a box. I mean, I got a dump valve, I got everything I need in here. A dump valve, I'm not going to use that on the trailers. I got I got everything I need to figure out how much I'm gonna use as far as, or how I'm gonna do it. It's just gotta use my brain a little bit on it. Anyway, so, and that does it for week 40 update, out of the money updates I haven't done. Sorry about that, but you know, I'm not really worried about giving you all the information of what I do. I don't know, I just, since I left Schneider, things are different, and I don't run the same. I can run where I want and make money pretty much everywhere instead of certain sections. And all you Schneider guys, I feel sorry for y'all having to do your trailer hunts and whatnot. And I was talking to my friend the other day. I said, you know, I'd rather be sitting in a door for 2 hours, not wasting fuel and putting wear and tear on my motor, than driving around for 2 hours looking for trailers that don't exist. Because somebody at Box says, hey, there's 5 trailers over there, and every one of them's full of pallets, or they're not even there, or they're being used, or they're still full because the customer doesn't have room in their warehouse, or some other such nonsense. So y'all have fun with that. I'm happy where I'm at. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day.